Meeting order and have reading of the minutes.
Excuse me. The Board of Mayor and Aldermen of Cumberland City met in regular sessions on Thursday, November 7, 2024 at City Hall. Wanda Milliken being absent. Also in attendance was City Recorder Krista Mathis, Levi Page with the Stewart County Standard, Tina Ramsey with Stewart County Streaming, and several city residents. Mayor Vaughn called the meeting to order at 5 p.m. and called for the reading of October meeting minutes. They were approved on a motion by Gunson, second by Gillum. No unusual expenses were reported. Recorder Mathis stated information regarding the tied election results. Mathis stated that the next step was to wait for the certified votes, then proceed with the solution. Alderman Gunson asked if there was any information regarding the Mullins property on Highway 434 regarding campers. Mayor Vaughn stated that it was zoned agricultural. Recorder Mathis stated that the water department also had them listed as residential, not commercial. Alderman Gunson also asked for solution regarding the property across from City Hall. She stated that something needed to be addressed. Mayor Vaughn stated to send out letters to both parties and discuss after the letters were sent. Alderman Gunson stated that Halloween event went great this year. Mayor Vaughn called for other business. None was brought forth. A motion to adjourn was made by Gillen, second by Short. Meeting adjourned at 5:04 p.m.
You've heard the reading of the minutes. If there's no additions or corrections, do I hear a motion to accept as read?
I make a motion to accept.
Second?
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carried. Are there any unusual expenses?
No, sir.
Thank goodness. New business, resolution 2025-03.
Okay, so in front of us, we have a resolution 2503. This is a resolution to resolve a tied vote in a runoff election. We're all aware that there was a tied vote between Ms. Dunlap and Mr. Mathis. With that being said, you guys still have the option within our state statute and with the MTASC and our legislative body. You guys have the option to vote within our body to decide this tie. But that being said, I've talked to MTASC, I've spoke to the county mayor, he spoke to CTASC, and I've talked to somebody with the state. They're all stating that it would probably not be in our good interest to do that, because there was a problem and we were audited during our election. The county was audited for our election. There was 25 votes finding that was wrong with our election. Some people from the county accidentally were voted in the city limits. So with that being said, the election commission said that it doesn't cost any more. If you guys did decide not to want to vote within the body, we can do a runoff election. I do have the numbers there. I printed them out and didn't bring them in here. Sorry.
I should say.
It's 2175 is what he's quoted us, not to exceed 2,500. I talked to Mr. Daniel today. He said that he thinks he can get that much lower. He said, but he didn't want to give us a low number and then something come up and be high. But he's quoting us 2175 is what but he said he thinks he's going to be able to pinch every dime and penny and try to get it as low as he can. But that being said, it doesn't cost anything more to go ahead and throw Miss Spencer back into the election, because there was a problem with the election, that our election was not valid. It's still certified votes. We still got the certification of the votes because they were cast. They are ballots that were put in, but there was a mix-up with the votes, who voted in our council, in our city limits.
In more than one.
More than one. So, it's up to you guys. So the options we have today is we can vote within our legislative body, which is you guys voting to tie that vote. Or we can do a runoff vote and we can do just Ms. Dunlap and Mr. Mathis, or we can do a runoff vote and just do the whole thing all over again within the Ward 1.
I think that's the fairest way to go.
To do it
I
all
agree.
over.
So the 2175 is, the total cost is what?
Total cost, so Mr. Robert Beecham, Mayor Beecham, he's going to pay $5,000 from the county to go towards this to help out. Now he doesn't have to do that. It's in state statute that Cumberland City is responsible for the complete payment of a runoff vote when it comes to a tie. And by our certified votes, that's what this is a tie. But because the county knew that there was an audit and there was some findings, Mr. Perigo and Mr. Beecham didn't think it would be fair for Cumberland City to pay that whole thing. So we are only responsible for not to exceed $2,500.
Sounds great. I agree with the rest of, I'm assuming y'all do, rest of to have a complete re-election right here.
Do I hear a motion to
Motion.
have, got a motion and a second? Any more discussions? Any questions? Any questions?
I will want to stay in there, once this is, if you guys do give you gave a first and a second, so it's passed, but, we have, after today, it's 80 days, so this has to be, the election has to be done in 80 days, and that's on this here, we have 80 days from the resolution being completed, or we'll have to pass another resolution and get that done, if something wants to fall through.
So how does it proceed now?
It goes to the county commission, or the county eletion. It
Goes
goes
to
to
the
Daniel
county
Perigo's office, and he takes care of the rest.
Okay, so that's it. So
Mhm.
once this is done, you'll contact them and It's done.
Yep, and he'll get everything rolling, and then it's 80 days from today, we will.
We'll have early voting, absentee and all
But
that, and then the
Yeah,
election at the fire hall.
but as of right now, Ms. Gillum, you'll hold your spot until there's a new candidate,
Oh,
so.
is that okay with you? I guess somebody needs to ask that, right?
if it's another election, now it's just for, and don't want this to get mixed up, it's just for Ward 1, the people that lives in Ward 1. I'd hate for some of them to come in and vote again that's not in Ward 1, but it's just Ward 1.
The whole ballot's not on there. This is just Ward 1.
Ward
right?
Yes,
One,
nobody,
three.
there's nobody, this is a runoff vote for Ward 1
That's it.
for Miss Gillum's.
Okay. In 80 days, and they're saying they'll have it done and completed by 80 days.
I talked to Mr. Daniel Perigo, and he's thinking that we should be able to have it like between the 18th and the 23rd of February.
Of
The
February.
election, the actual election down at the fire hall will be between the 18th and 23rd. We'll get some more numbers together. He was, this week he was actually on, he was in Gatlinburg at a conference, so he was out of town. But I spoke to him many times on the phone, and he said he definitely thinks we can get it done by February.
Perfect.
All right, will it be a roll call vote, please, ma'am, because it's gonna be money.
Short,
Yes.
Gunson,
Yes.
Gillum,
Yes.
Milliken,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes, motion carried. Christmas days. Now look at the
Okay.
grin, look at the grin here, look at the grin.
I
So,
will say this. Before you start on Christmas Day,
it was your mama's favorite time.
Yes, it was.
She done had the sign on the door before you guys even approved it, so. She loved this, and, she's jumping for joy right now for me asking you guys this, so I'll sweeten the deal a little bit there. But, so I proposed, so last year we did the 18th through the 2nd. This year I was just proposing the same thing. So the 17th, we have to work the 16th and the 17th regardless, because we have to read meters, and we don't have to, but we always do. We do, we check our meters, make sure nobody's got any leaks or anything like that. So we want to make sure we can get through those meters, make sure nobody's got leaks, because I'd hate for someone to have a leak and us be gone for 2 weeks and then us not, they not know about it. So I was going to propose for what we did last year. So the 18th, 17th be our last day, and then we come back the 2nd.
Did I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion.
second.
Motion and second. Any more discussion? Roll call vote, please, ma'am.
Short,
Yes.
Gunton,
Yes.
Gillum,
Yes.
Milligan,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes, motion carried. Angel tree update.
Well, I just got another donation from Miss Tina Ramsey, but right now I was really worried this year. I'm not gonna lie. I put it on. We had 21 this year. We've had more, we've had less, but when we got 21 kiddos in, I was concerned because the last 2 years we've normally had about $2,000 every year that we could roll over. Miss Cheryl set us up really good when she retired. She had lots of money in that fund, but then when COVID hit, churches weren't able to give as much money, so we've kind of been dwindling down. But I've had a lot of people come in and donate. I've gotten $1,850 donated this year. I'm sorry, that's what we have in total right now. I had $1,300 donated this year, plus what Miss Tina just donated. So we are good this year, and we've had we only have 7 kids right now that are not adopted. So we're gonna have a little bit left over for next year, and that's good. That gives us a little bit of security that we can keep doing it next year. Because things are hard for people.
Sure.
And, you know, we got the donations we've got, we were very grateful for, and I just wanted to update you guys and let you guys know that Angel Tree is okay this year. So,
Anything else come before the Alderman? If not, I hear a motion to adjourn.
What about this?
I wanted to give you guys those letters, so updating with what Miss Linda talked about last meeting. I talked to Mr. David Cumberland. He wasn't able to be here this evening, but I wanted him here because the way I understand with Mr. Cumberland, it's kind of up to you guys what we want to do with the situation across the road. They've already been in here and talked to Mr. Mayor Vaughn about a year ago. I don't know if you guys remembered them coming in and kind of speaking. They know that they were supposed to put the kind of caution tape up. They did. It's blown away. You know, we've heard nothing else out of them. So he advised me to send a letter just stating that if they could come before us during the meeting and us go, you know, talk about what we'd like to have done and then be present so they know what's going on with their property before we jump to legal. At that point, if they don't show up or they don't like what you guys have to tell them and the situation they give, then we go to Miss Markley. Miss Markley's gonna write something up and it will be a legal thing. They have so many days, so many dates to get it done. But with him being here, he'll be able to answer any questions you guys have on it and any questions that the people have on it. Instead of just sending them a letter and saying they have this many days, because it's up to you guys how many days you guys give them. Because that's a pretty substantial thing, and if I was to say you have 60 days to get it done, it's right now, you know, I don't know. He just said it'd be fairer and better if we had to give the people the option to come here, speak to you guys speak to them, say what you'd like to have done, and go from there. And the same thing with the Mullins. I sent her a letter, her and Mr. Mullins sent them a letter asking them to come before you guys. We need to talk about rezoning it, or they're going to have to get rid of the campers. They cannot have both. And it's up to you guys what you guys would like to. The way I understand Mr. Cumberland, there could be a fine in place because they put, you know, it's got campers on it and it's not zoned for campers. It's not zoned to be in our city limits. So that's where we are. So sent them a letter. I did send it certified today. I sent it on Wednesday, but I didn't certify it. And Mayor Vaughn said it might be a good thing to have them sign for it so they know they got it. And then I asked them to come before you guys on the 2nd of January.
So both letters have been sent out?
I certified them today.
Oh, just today? Okay.
But I sent them a regular one on Wednesday. But
Can I just, if they refuse to pick it up, don't throw away the refusal.
okay,
Keep it.
okay. Yes, ma'am.
Anything else come before the board? If not, I hear a motion to adjourn.
Question, adjourned?
Make a second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye. You're so called. And this meeting will